Indeed. You sort of make your way here. And, so you can like sit down, sort of like a half circle kind of thing. You also go in and sit down as well.
If I may, I would like to introduce you to, well, everyone here.
What does the blue circle mean?
Prone. She's like laying like on the bench on the blanket.
The liquid, if any of you sort of try to drink it, it is very thick, sort of almost oily, and tastes very very sweet, sort of a very thin honey-like substance.
I guess we'll dip the fruits in it.
Is it like...
Seems to be indeed what when Lothan sits down, that seems to be what he's doing. So,
we certainly do the
that kind
same.
of thing. It does give the fruits that seem to be either very sour or very spicy, maybe even sort of not ripe, really. Sort of a nice mix of taste. It's hard to say if it's good or not because it's simply just so new. This is not a thing that people do.
Maybe like it.
It's fucking weird, man.
Sweetened lemon.
Would these be flavors that the Dornish raiders would have ate during Bree's time with them, or would they have been
Yes, she would recognize some of the fruits. Yeah.
Okay, so
Probably
she's been
peeled some of the
triggered.
really spicy ones.
Yes. So she's been triggered, so she's not leaning up.
If she doesn't warn the others, and someone tries some of the red pepper seed, just the middle stalk of the pepper, with the seed on it, then you will have a horrible experience of mouth burn.
She's not warning anyone. She only cares about herself right now.
Lothan seems to take one and eat it very slowly, savoring it. Dornish, of course, famed for their spicy food, and their ability to eat spicy food, and their enjoyment of seeing others try to eat the spicy food.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
Alaric will and tank it.
Tank the food.
Yeah.
No, very spicy food.
Even now the damn birds. But,
Well, and Nima is not really from the reach. She's
and this is even further away from her. There's not a lot of fruits and brambles.
This is so weird.
You eat like fish and bread and stuff like that.
What are those?
He'll let people eat. Of course, this is their version of bread and cheese.
Well, Nima will look weirdly at it. Like, what?
Those who eat being under his protection, as long as for your stay, or the guest right.
Is there some kind of
Assuming
fruit?
that Dornish have that sort of thing.
Or we
I don't
assume.
think. Oh, Dornis? Oh, I have
Isn't it like a...
They take
Like
good
the
care of
Seven
guests, I'm
kind
not
of thing?
sure.
Is there some kind of fruit?
There's fruit.
Basically, brain. What is fruit?
Like
We
Bree
have it
will
in
like
reach.
open her eyes and she'll like lean up and she'll stare at the food and she'll like reach over and grab something that she thinks will not set Nini's tongue on fire.
Thank you.
It's just really sour.
That's
and
better
then
than.
like and then Bree, remembering the horrible taste, like looks at one of the peppers, like she remembers how the captors loved her fucking 3 years ago. And she's like, you know what, I can endure it now. And she like grabs it and like chews at it, remembering the pain and hate.
Lannis does not, unfortunately, know what how spicy all of this is.
So
But
she
you're
never
resistant to
Lothan
fire.
seems a bit saddened looking at Bree's expression of, I assume, like, enduring both memories and horrible, like, feeling in her mouth. Just
Yes. It's a memory trip, like flashes of anger, said so that she does not forget what had been done to her. On
it's
the
the
boat.
same look you would see if someone were, like, cutting their hand with a serrated blade slowly.
While staring at you.
Like, it's like, yeah.
Well, Bree's not staring at him.
So it's like a far, yeah. That might be uncomfortable. It's like a faraway stare, I imagine, into
Yes,
nothingness.
of course, there.
All right, well,
Well, while we sort of eaten a bit, and maybe if a few whiles have gone, Nessun will inquire as to where the Lord Ironwood has gone to.
My Lord Father has chosen to go on a bit of a trip, visiting first the Jordanes and then down to the Danes, with whom we have had frequent positive interactions recently.
Okay. How long?
As it is likely to be a few moons, if nothing more. He does
That
not spend
is-
much time at home in his old age, preferring to spend it with his old friends. I have been given full ability to act in his place, however.
Then I assume you also knew the reason for his invitation.
This is, yes, I do.
All right, wonderful. Keep eating. Not wanting to bring up the hardcore secret political reasons for being here at this early junction.
I mean, we could move on to talking about asking about the whole sept thing.
Although, Decim will ask for the painting to be brought as a gift from House Caladan to House Ironwood to commemorate this most auspicious of meetings.
What does the painting look like?
Well, I do have a painting prepared.
Oh god.
Oh no.
It's not that bad.
What the
That's-
hell?
It was
Levi?
done in
Come
paint.
on.
De-
He
Decim-
is a famed artist. Like, this is the
Decim-
quality of it.
Decim tried very hard, and Agatha has helped as well. So this is
Um,
almost certainly
Not
nothing
have
horrible.
them be beheaded.
Almost
Good try.
certainly nothing horrible.
Not the
Oops.
corpses.
Oh God!
Unnamed.
Trying to make the
Oh,
size bigger.
Let me take care of it.
Oh,
Flowers.
it really is. I'm just looking for something creepy.
This, the seeds of friendship. It is
If you
called.
look long enough, there's like a troll hiding in there, but
If you look long enough, there might be like. Is there like mouths on those flowers, like with teeth? Maybe like a lamprey. Hmm.
wait. Is that another skull? No, wait. No.
But then you like blink. No, it's actually no.
See,
It's actually
we'll-
really
I
Take a
will
look at
add.
it.
It
See, we
it
can
looks
get
like
pictures.
there is a
Um,
face in that flea looking at you.
And
That's a
I
nose.
will at this point spend a destiny point to make this painting indeed very impressive to Lothan Ironwood to improve his disposition. One step towards us.
Look upon the painting and let his fingers run across it. And Neptune says, "This is very good quality. We do not receive many gifts from people of the Boneway. Most are rather ungracious about the condition it is in. I thank you for this.
Decim,
Feel a bit ungracious not to present you with gifts as well. Perhaps I will have to remedy that before you leave."
I'm sure we can think of something. Decim smiles warmly.
Offers many prizes.
And yeah, then he will basically hand it over. It's like it's the in the hopes of a beginning of a new and prosperous friendship between the two houses.
You will ask a guard to make sure it is placed in the Great Hall.
Mm. Wonderful, wonderful.
Take it up here. Pretty. And he will ask courteously if you would want to retire. The day's still, it is growing late, and you have had a long trip. Perhaps you would prefer to rest before the hunt would begin.
Seems like a great idea.
Have another guest coming, expected tomorrow.
Who
It's
might this,
good that you came now.
who might this guest be, if we might be so inquisitive?
The guest would be Tessa Blackmont.
Blackmont.
Yes.
What do we know of this individual?
Blackmont.
What would you know about this person?
Or your knowledge or your status.
I will do a status because I'm slightly better.
It's the bird baby people.
Oh.
also another 10. If anything.
Oh man.
I mean, no. You know that House Blackmond is a thing. This specific person is not the current lady of House Blackmond. Because you know the current lord of House Blackmond is Ella Blackmond.
Mm-hmm. What were the Blackmonds favored for again?
What they're known for?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in general, they're known for being pretty ruthless fighters against the people of the marshes. And adamant people who do not like this whole peace thing.
Mm-hmm. So why would he bring such a firebrand to this?
What's their motto out of curiosity?
Are you guys starting this conversation at the table in front of Lothar Wyvern?
No, I am
Passing looks like,
This is me thinking to myself, I would bring a firebrand like this.
I'd say that I had expected you all to arrive earlier if you were to accept my invitation. And, well, I thought I would invite other guests in case that you wouldn't arrive.
Bree
She will be the only one arriving, though.
Bree will lift her brow and looking at Lothar and Wyvern would say, "Your invitation, Lord Wyvernwood?" And like quirk her head inquisitively.
Well, this is my father wrote it on my behalf, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He has given over much of the workings of the house to me, allowing me to, so to speak, test my mettle at this whole thing. As the heir, I will eventually have to take over where he left, and he sees that it is better that I should get my time now rather than later. He enjoys spending time doing other things. As he says, he was a man of war, ruling a time where war was a concern. After the demolishing of our defenses to the north, as I'm sure you saw on your way here, he thought that it would be better to let a man of peace reign the house.
Well, certainly makes us glad that you consider yourself a man of peace.
Smiles. Aren't we all?
Side glance to Alaric.
Poker face.
That's why you brought an assassin.
You're not an assassin.
Here. I mean,
No one asked.
Be back 2 seconds.
no.
No one's gonna ask.
You're an assassin.
At least not her.
Yes.
Him. Nima.
What?
No one's gonna ask Nima.
Well, he will also ask that rooms should be prepared for you,
Yes.
with
That
where
would
you
be.
can see out over the land.
That would be lovely.
A nice view of the flatlands rather than the red mountains.
I guess
Since you'll get to see those close up in a few days.
Great.
will Nima be given a room at the local inn then?
No, she'll be given a room. She's a retainer of you. The guards
Oh.
are not here. Like, if you had stayed with the other guards, you might have been given a normal, guard room, but...
I didn't know.
You're
Nima's
you
like,
are a banner carrier.
You're a banner carrier.
right, I was carrying your flag.
I mean, if you don't want to have a room.
It's fine.
I-
Just seems a little weird.
I mean, if you're gonna bitch about having,
No.
other benefits, I mean...
It's gonna be awkward when people going, so who are you?
Well, then
You,
say that
you have
you're
high
Nima.
enough deception. You fucking, do whatever you want.
Well, like, they know every member of the house. They don't know that there could be one. I mean,
We just
Well, I
change
guess
name
we-
every
we-
day.
We will continue like a pleasant conversation, but probably fairly early would retreat to rest up.
that certainly is expected and understood. And you'll be shown to very sort of nice, tidy bedrooms.
Dennis would
Really?
actually ask curiously if he could have a maybe a brief tour.
Oh, sure. Well, the others retire. He will ask some guards to lead you to your rooms, and he would like to take a walk along the ramparts with Rhaenys then, as his lordship would enjoy.
Did our message about using the sept come through?
Yes, yes.
Alright, wonderful, wonderful.
Kind of weird that her husband is not here.
The snake hunt will happen first.
What are you talking about? Her husband's not here. We're not marrying any of these girls to the current lord of House Wyronwood. That old man, no.
I think he means Sir Ryman.
It's alright.
We're gonna
Well,
have
you know.
But no,
Well,
he's
he-
not highborn. Well,
That's right.
not highborn enough, as it turns out.
He's more
On
highborn
his
than
own,
me, man.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, yes, technically highborn, but
Nope.
but he's not really part of the main household.
He can come in tomorrow, you know.
after the wedding, yeah, he's part of the household, but
When guards like separate people and Wyronwood leads off Lannis, Bree is going to creep up next to her uncle. Uncle, is there anything you want me to do or look out for here?
Doesn't his eyes dart around, looking over this place. It is an odd arrangement, isn't it? Send the letter in the Lord's name, and then the Lord disappears. So he called us here, but he didn't want to say that he did. Frowns. And now there's a black one that's arriving as well. Coincidence? I think not.
Blackmon. What's so significant about them, Uncle?
They are quite the firebrands when it comes to fighting the people of the Reach. They are one of the houses that have given the martial lords the most trouble over the years. They are warmongers and dislike the peace fervently.
Was it a knowledge education test, Manikai? I forgot like the exact test it would be. Okay.
That or status.
Status. I'll go ahead and test out status then, since this was a direct
Status
prompting.
being specifically about their status is less about politics and more about the members. The house.
Okay. 16.
Oh well, I mean, you remember who the Black Monk is, as it happens.
Alright.
She actually was the older sister of the current lord, but she declined her father's seat when disinherited herself when 10 years ago when the peace was enacted, because she would express that they might as well get used to the ways of the Iron Throne rather than their own ways.
Okay.
And then she has since then been traveling around, talking to other lords, and generally been fervently against any sort of cooperation with martial lords.
Bree will present this with the tone that she expects that her uncle knows, and then adds that this sounds like an opportunity for confrontation, for we are martial lords of the Reach, Uncle.
Nods. Yes, I am curious to why they would invite us to such a confrontation.
If the presumed heir, I imagine he would be the elder one of the two, right, Uncle?
That would be the assumption, yes.
Then perhaps he is acting on his desires to broker peace, to actually try and smooth out relations.
Tassim frowns slightly and says, that is possible, I presume, but why wouldn't they, in that case, invite House Will? Those are the ones we have had the most recent and most fierce conflicts with.
Maybe they don't know. Bree shrugs, looks up at her uncle.
He looks around again and says, there is definitely something going on here.
Getting back to my question, Uncle.
Yes. As far as I know, we have now broken bread, and we are under guest protection, which means that we are fairly safe, I should think. if you want to take a look around the castle and see if you can find anything, be my guest, but don't get caught.
Bree lifts a brow and smiles and says, "Oh, I don't think I will, Uncle. I practiced before we left."
He nods. I assume you did, my dear niece. And sort of pats her on the shoulder. You see what you can find out.
I'll behave for today. I am rather tired, but I'll try and take a better look tomorrow.
Doesn't nod slowly, and then sort of starts to get up, and you see sort of pain suddenly overtake him, and he grabs at his leg.
Bree, being normally insensitive, but is concerned about her uncle, will actually move over, and she has athletics 3. I will assist you to your guest room, Uncle.
Thank you, my dear. He leans heavily on the cane, as he seems to suddenly be very tired.
And Bree will do her part, worry with heat trouble herself, but she does care about her uncle, and will walk him to his guest quarters.
The guest room is of a decent size. The castle is pretty. I mean, it's a castle actually, just a small one. It does have enough rooms for all of you. It is nicely dressed with colored blue tarps and thick carpet. The window has sort of thick curtains that can block out completely the light. As it turns towards the evening sun, probably could get rather warm in here if they were just left open, looking out over the plains. In here, there's also in each you have sort of a decanter of water. It seems to be clear and clean, and relatively cold. Although it could be colder since it's probably stood here for a little while. Class. Beyond that, you're told by guard that there will be a guard out on the hall, whom you can request if there's anything particular you want. You have leave to walk around the castle as long as you do not enter the private quarters.
Desmond will whisper something to Crawler, who will squawk and fly out a window, going over to the ramparts.
Bree will look at the bird and then look up at her uncle and say, "I like your painting, Uncle. Was your wife's hand in it by chance?"
She helped out with some of the motif and keeping me restrained from some of my more usual extravagances.
Bree chuckles and says, "I think the look suits you, Uncle. It's not the first time I've seen you impress someone with your artwork."
He smiles slightly. That is kind of you to say. Thank you. It's I did put quite a bit of effort into it. One could say my soul is on display in the paintings.
I don't know about kindness, Uncle. It's honesty. You know as well as I do that I can't lie in front of you.
He will definitely chuckle at that.
She offers a chuckle as well.
He will sit down, by the window, pour himself some more water, and sort of look out over the mountains.
Bree will leave her uncle, go into her own room, and allow other people to do other things.
Over the ramparts, Lothan and Linus are taking a bit of a stroll, looking over the keep grounds.
Just kind of looking at the surroundings. Initially, just making comments about how different Daunton seems to be to far up north.
Well, it is really not so different at all. I've been a bit up north myself, traveling. Northerns are colder, but some would say they're kinder places to be. I like Dawn. We have a lot of... Dawn is the land of the free.
Travis is the land of the free.
Well, that is what we would like to believe.
I hope that over time I will come to see this land down here to be just as good as you gave opinion of ours.
Says, I do hope so. Are you excited for the hunt?
I've never participated in much like this before, but it is good to get new experiences. He says with a nervous, trying to hold back kind of like a nervous twitch slightly.
It is, I must admit, I have heard little about your deeds. Your brothers have reached my ears sometimes, but I've heard little of you. So tell me, why is that?
My deeds are far less than certainly far less than my brothers. I have not had good opportunity to travel as much. Though in the stead of my brother, who you've surely heard deeds of, I have been doing some work back at our home keep, ensuring everything is in good state when the Lord travels or does his business.
That's good. Of course, you have your father there. I hear he doesn't travel much. Beyond that, I'm surprised that you will send us the leader of a party all the way out here. Quite the amount of trust to place upon you. Seems that you've done well going this way.
For family, isn't trust one of the most important things?
No, it certainly is. Family is one of the most important, I think. Family and legacy. So looks out over, stops and looks out over the ramparts.
Leaving a legacy is no. Of course, what legacy you leave can be harder to control than anything.
Oh. How many years have you seen?
15.
See.
Not many, but with time, more will come. I hope I legacy like many others.
Life is good for us. I hope it is up there as well. It's been good fortune these recent years. More travel than usual. Although still not much.
Well, maybe that
Only
would change.
those living along the side of the Bone Way will know the difference. Many would say that one group a moon is not a lot, but compared to what we used to get. Harvests have been fruitful and nothing has been burned down. Well, as long as I've been working on doing this. Times are changing. So we're growing strong. I believe that is what you say in the Reach, is it not?
It certainly is. And to grow strong under the King's peace is a good path, I believe.
So, you're here with your father's... his
My
full...
It is the majority of our keep's main company came. My uncle, younger sister, and two of my cousins.
I am to understand that you can make decisions like the ones I can, that your word is carrying for your house. Yes?
My word certainly carries quite the weight.
Good.
Gives a curious look. Still holding back a minor twitch, looking out over the edge.
I had hoped that perhaps after the hunt that we could have some discussions about certain things that have been going on in the realms.
That seems like a good idea.
I'll receive my guest tomorrow, Lady Blackmont, introduce you, and then I will prepare for the hunt. There will be a day or two where you will have the walk of my castle and my keep. You can prepare yourselves for it. I might not have much time to speak to you personally then, but after the hunt I will. There will be a feast.
I understand. With more guests arriving, you must show them all your hospitality.
As we usually do not host many, many would not come here. It's a far long way to travel. I thought that we had similar interests.
Interest of peace?
He smiles. There'll be much more time to talk later. For now, I want you to enjoy the location. Enjoy Dawn. Live a little. If there's anything I can do for you, you need but ask. You're my guests.
Of course. But you have done more than enough in that. I think I will join the others in resting.
As you wish, then. I shall retire myself as well. Lady Blackmont often arrives early.
Nice things will not.
Then I will show you to your room personally.
Oh, how nice.
It's on the same. You can ask the guard if there's anything. I will. He will know where to find me.
Not many thanks. Please enjoy your rest as well.
Give you a bow and a smile and a nod. He takes to stalk away.